How's it going, everyone? It is I, Anime Outlet, and this is part 5 of What If Deku Had King's Powers. And now, let's begin. Look, Izuku, I want you to look out for Izumi while she goes on her internship with Night Eye, alright? I feel like she hasn't made as much progress as I'd like her to be. Plus, with the Night Eye's chasing after, it's insanely dangerous, alright? Please, I don't want One For All to die, as All For One's already dead. If One For All can continue to be passed down, this world will remain in safety, at least out of the hands of such an evil overlord that was All For One. Alright, Izuku would say understandably towards his father, as he would end up leaving to go off to internship with Night Eye, which happened to be the same internship that Izumi was going to. Izuku would get there, as he would end up meeting up with Mirio, where we now end up seeing the stamp thing happen, and just of the things where Night Eye would end up accepting Izumi, as he would automatically accept Izuku, as Izuku wouldn't basically have Night Eye as an uncle, as Night Eye basically being pretty much a sidekick of All Might. He would grow up with Night Eye around a lot, and because of this, Izuku would see Night Eye as basically an uncle. So he would automatically be accepted, as Night Eye knows the power Izuku is capable of. So everything goes like canon up until we end up seeing the three heroes in training walking down the sidewalk. Izuku in front talking with Mirio and Izumi before a small little gray-haired child would bump into him. Izuku would look on towards her, kneeling down, asking if she was okay, when all of a sudden her eyes would widen, shoving Izuku back. I'm okay, she would stutter out, going back into the shadows. As Izuku would stand up, he would end up seeing Overhaul walk out right out of just the alleyway he was in. "I'm sorry about that, hero," he would say in a cold voice. "My daughter here, she doesn't really know how to pay attention. Come on, Eri, let's go," he would say, as Izuku would up looking at him, staring on towards him, as Overhaul would feel the shift in the tension around in the air. As he would end up stopping, he would turn back to look towards Izuku, however it was too late, as Izuku's chastful would already have gone so quickly, cutting off Overhaul's hands. Now that you're corkless, well, you still have your cork, you just can't use it. Now that that's out of the way, I'll be taking Eri from you. I've seen what you've done to her. Night Eye's shown us all. I'm glad I can finally bring you into custody. Izuku, as Mirio would end up appearing right behind him, knocking him out with a single punch to the head. Izuku would walk up to Eri before giving her to Izumi, saying that she should take care of her, while and Mirio restrained Overhaul. The police would end up coming and taking Overhaul away, as we now end up seeing Izuku talking with Night Eye how he managed to save Eri and capture Overhaul. Yeah, I just bumped into him on the sidewalk, saw Eri there too, and decided it was the best course of action to just try to take him down. That's good. Now all we need to do is capture their gang, but I presume without their leader it will probably fall within the next couple of weeks or so we should probably just wait it out. We cut forward years upon years as Izuku graduates top of his class, becoming the next just top, or becoming one of the members of the next big three, and would even end up fighting Mirio. However, it would end up just finishing in a draw once more, as Izuku and Mirio basically both have opposite type quirks. Izuku has sort of a more physical quirk, however, since Mirio can phase through things, it just seemed useless, and since Izuku has a great blocker, like the Guardian or the Pillow, it also was basically useless, and because of this, every time they would fight, it would end up in a draw. Izuku and Mirio would both end up becoming the number 1 and 2 heroes respectively, as Mirio would never end up losing his quirk. Bakugo and Todoroki would be 4 and 5, as Izuku and Mirio basically weren't really known as the 1 and 2 heroes. They were basically just tied for first, both stopping as in just the same amount of villains every single day, both working harder and harder to try to outbeat or outclass each other, but it would never work, always ending up in a tie. As Izuku end up retiring from a hero with a long and fabled hero career, and many people would see him sort of like an All Might figure, as Izuku would become what his father was, the number 1 hero, and sort of a figure to all, while Izumi would end up basically taking the spot of number 2 after learning how to grasp 100% of One for All. And that is where this What If comes to an end. I hope you all did enjoy it, and if you did, please consider subscribing, as it really does help this channel out, and you can even be notified when the other parts of this video do end up coming out. I thank you all for watching once again, and goodbye.